Hey, good morning. You wanted to be a commercial drone pilot for a day? Well, saddle up, partner. Alright, so this morning we are headed out to the middle of nowhere, California. We're going to work on some LiDAR scans for a utility company. We're going to test out 2 different sensors just to see which one we like moving forward. So let's get on the road and head out. Hey, what's up guys? All right, so we just got on site. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna set up our base station. We have the Emlid RS2 Plus. Then we're gonna lay out our aerial targets. We have Propeller Aeropoints for those. We're gonna use the Propeller network. We're also gonna shoot them in with the Emlid as a rover, just to compare, make sure our data's accurate. And then last thing, we'll get our M300s set up. We're gonna fly both the Rock Robotic R2A, and we're also gonna fly the Geosun GS100V. So we'll get both up and collect data, and we'll see how it all turns out. So now we have our base station set up and our control points set. The first thing we're going to do is fly the Ortho Mosaic part of this mission. We're going to fly that with the Mavic 3 Enterprise. Both the Rock Robotic R2A and the Geosun GS100V take photos, but the main purpose of that is to colorize the point cloud. You can extract the data and try to create an ortho. I think quality-wise, you sacrifice a lot. So we're going to put the Mavic 3 Enterprise up, get a really good base ortho so that we can add that later on down the road in PLS CAD once we get all of our LiDAR data uploaded and imported as well. So let's get the Mavic 3 up in the air, and then we'll come back and set up the Rock R2A. All right, now that our ortho mission is complete, we're gonna set up the first M300 with the Rock Robotic R2A. We'll walk you through the whole process and get up in the air and start collecting data. Now we've got the Rock R2A set up on the M300. We're going to get our flight path drawn out here in DJI Pilot 2. We'll set up terrain follow, and then we'll get the M300 fired up, the R2A fired up. We will get the LiDAR running, and we'll get it calibrated, and we'll start collecting data. First thing we'll do is turn the M300 on. The next thing we're gonna do is fire up the Rock Robotic R2A. There's a power button down here on the side. So you'll hear it start to warm up. You'll also hear 2 camera clicks, which indicates that the sensor's fired up and ready to go. We will then connect to the R2A as a hotspot connection, and we will go ahead and start the actual LiDAR sensor from our phone. All right, so now that the R2A is fired up, we heard the 2 camera clicks, which indicates that it's ready to go. We're going to connect to the R2A as if it were a hotspot. So you can see our Wi-Fi, we are set to the Rock. We're gonna go to the internet and type in 192.168.12.1. That will take us to the Rock page. You can see that we have not started yet. Here's our accuracy, our latitude, longitude. We're going to name this project the same as we've been naming everything else. Save it. And the one thing I do want to do, just because we don't know where we're at, is go to storage, and we're going to format this USB drive to make sure we have enough space. Alright, so you can see now we've formatted. We're going to come in and check any of our settings here. So you can see we've got a triple return, repetitive line pattern. There's all kinds of settings you can check here. We're dialed in for what we need. So now we're just going to hit the start button and the LiDAR sensor will start. Alright, so now that we have the LiDAR sensor collecting data, we're going to launch manually, calibrate the LiDAR sensor by flying 2 figure-8 patterns, and then we will proceed and go on with the mapping mission. All right, so very similar to how we started the LiDAR data collection. And so we'll just come down here, hit the stop button, and we're all set. All right, so next up, we're gonna fly the Geosun GS100V LiDAR unit. It does have a mount that we've already mounted to the M300 along with the GPS antenna. So now we'll pull out the unit itself, and you can see we've got our camera here, and we store all of our data here on a micro SD card. So we're going to get this thing hooked up, get our power connected, get our GPS connected, and same thing, we'll run through the startup process and get in the air and collect data. All right, so we've got the GS100V ready to go. Once you get the M300 booted up, it's got a power button on the side. This one does take a few more minutes to get up and going, but it is running now, so same thing. We're gonna get up in the air, do our figure eights, and then we will get set up for the mapping mission. All right guys, so that'll wrap it up for us. We set up our base station, we set out our ground control, collected GPS data on it, and we put up our Mavic 3 Enterprise, collected ortho imagery. We ran the Rock R2A, and we also ran the Geosun GS100V. So now we're gonna head back to the office, put all the data in, and start working on converting files, and we'll take a look at the point clouds when we get done.